Presentation in association with All WNY Radio. It's another week of the Nick and Dan Show, Season 2, bitches. Starring your hosts, Nick and that lovable motherfucker, Dan. Not to mention myself, Carl Winslow. And featuring Think So Joe.
It's Wednesday, it's 6 p.m., it's the Think So! No, wait, it's just the Nick and Dan Show. Doctors.
Good afternoon. How's the patient, Doc?
Oh, he's good. We had a bilateral hernia repair. To be honest with you, I botched the whole fucking thing.
Have you found her cell phone yet?
No, I have not.
What about his car keys?
No, I have not.
Oh, no.
Like you said, he fucking botched it.
He did botch it. That's what he did say. Now, how many fifths of tequila deep are you right now?
I drink whiskey.
All right. So how many fifths of whiskey?
What's a fifth?
Beautiful.
I think more than this much and less than this much.
Let's put enough to keep these from trembling.
That's
Yeah.
right. They straighten out, right?
There's not really a particular science to it, it's just whenever this stops.
Gotcha.
That's, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I watch pinstripers do it all the time.
Right.
Excuse me, guys.
Hello, doctor.
Doctor.
I heard the surgery did not go so well earlier.
Oh, no, totally my fault.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I botched it. I looked it up on WebMD, and what can I say? I really don't know what I'm doing.
Did you check for a heartbeat?
I just did, yes. I checked to see if he was hard, too.
Wonder what's going on down there.
Right.
Not good.
Not good.
No.
Yeah. Do you have anything to speed up his heart? Hey, sit down. Wow.
Oh, man.
No wonder things aren't going well. This is not good.
Well, like an old piece of TV or something, you gotta sometimes hit it to make it work, Doc.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Well, there's only one thing we know for sure. He is going to die.
Yes.
We do know that. We don't know when. We
He
don't
is
know why.
not in good hands.
I'm hoping it's not because of you this time.
Well, you know what? It happens a lot, Doc. It happens a lot. It's not uncommon that this kind of thing goes awry. I mean, remember your Aunt Peggy Sue? She had it. She died.
Yeah.
Your Uncle Steve,
They're all
he
young.
had it.
They're all
He
very
died.
young people.
I killed them
That's
all.
the problem.
I mean,
Well, that's why you got insurance.
You guys aren't the police, are you?
No.
I don't think
Because
so.
usually I'm being interviewed by the police.
wait, this is not a deposition, right?
No.
No.
You're on camera,
Oh,
but it's not a
What's a deposition?
I don't know.
You're using big words.
I know.
Is that like season 3 shit? Where I'm not allowed to use demographics until then?
Yeah, that's season 3 shit.
Got it. Okay.
We're going to be doing a second surgery later.
All right.
Now we can allow one of you to be in the room while we're doing it.
All right.
Dibs.
All right.
Awesome.
The other one is going to have to stand at the door and watch, make sure nobody enters the house or gets near or checking us out.
Oh, I guess that works for you. Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Who sneezed?
It was me.
I thought it was him.
You okay? I got these magic pills.
Yes.
Like a magic pill. He eats them like candy.
Sorry, I'm
You are
allergic.
terrible. You are terrible.
Allergic to the magic pills?
I don't know. I was having an all surgery, too.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
You gotta get over that.
He'll be fine.
I haven't
He's got a
slept
mask.
in 43 hours.
Surgery.
That's what you call overtime.
Absolutely.
Right?
Surgeries are expensive sometimes.
They are.
And they say that we're overpaid.
Unlikely story.
I don't think so.
Try being a rock star.
Wait, we're supposed to make money at that?
You're right.
Fuck.
I don't think that. Yeah, we're not doing it right now.
No, we're not.
So you guys are interviewing us on the band on music?
Sure, we can go with that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Would you
So we're
would
trying
we
to
like to
ban
go
all-
to the other room?
Are we trying to ban all music?
Sure. Let's do it.
Do we want to try to move him to the chairs? and
Yes,
put him
yes.
up
Let's
over
get him
there?
to the other room. Let's get him to the other room.
Over here.
Yes.
Okay, let's redo this.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Yep.
Are we rolling now?
We are.
Okay, very good. Now I got another question for you.
All right.
What made you get into these videos?
This guy's great ideas.
Yeah. Didn't it start out with an El Camino and
Yeah.
cars and stuff like
Sure.
Long hours under the hood. 81 El Camino.
Well, under the hood, under the body, under everything.
You guys learning how to do this on WebMD?
I
Learning
know
how to do my surgeries?
we did consult it at least once or twice, but it
Found
didn't.
out he had syphilis. We typed in the syphilis.
that? And those are genital warts.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, I compared the pictures side by side, and it's possible.
You guys ever looked up side effects to see if it might be something and you found out you have a heart attack, brain cancer, a hernia?
All the time.
I found one time I was already dead.
Yeah.
It was in the afterlife searching.
How did this happen?
Yeah, look, originally it was him and I working on stuff. That was originally Nick and Dan doing shit, but then, we're hungover from a show the night before, and,
Project to do.
Boris didn't want it, so we would just invite friends over and start shooting the shit all the time.
That's a good
I
idea.
mean, the original concept was to have content that people looking for music would watch. Actually, just to draw them into our stuff. Well, now he's got to wash them again.
No, it's okay. It's declassified.
It's declassified.
No, you can put them down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do on camera.
Hang on. Let's check WebMD for that.
Yes.
It'll tell us what to do on camera.
I know what to
Hold on.
do. I
Sit on
There you go. I have another pair of rubber gloves in the conference room.
But no, that's pretty much how this
This
works.
supply closet.
Laying around. They may have been used before, maybe not. They're just spare pair.
We used to change the toner.
As far as your music, do you feel like this is the best band you've been in?
I like it.
Personally, I do.
I like it a lot.
I was very impressed the last time I played. You had the Evening Star, which was a while ago.
Thank you, man.
But I said, wow, I'm going to be hopefully opening for him someday. You guys were good. I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Everything was like impressive. In fact, when I went to the band practice the next time, I was like, you guys got to see them. They're worth seeing. They're good.
Thank you very much.
Not that you weren't before, but just there's progression, noticeable progression.
That's, I mean, I just like learning new stuff and trying different things.
No,
You know me, I get bored and I want to try something new.
Oh, there's an energy that you guys
It works that we're all friends, and
Yeah.
I mean, the ultimate goal on stage is to fuck each other up.
have. Wow.
That's the ultimate
You
goal.
guys-
Well, are you really friends? Have you seen each other naked? Not drunk. Not drunk.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Luke naked at least once.
And I'm pretty sure I've seen your bare ass once.
Then
You guys are friends with Justin.
Makes it with friends.
No, the whole goal is to fuck each other up on stage like fuck we played Friday. I looked right at our guitarist, Luke, I reared right up and kicked him right in the chest trying to get him to fuck up in the middle of one of his runs. But God bless, he stuck to it too.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a note. I was pissed at myself, like, fuck, I thought I
it's
had
like
it.
wrestling while they're playing music.
Oh, they'll run up and try and bash me in the back of the knee while I'm doing a solo, trying to get me fall off the wall off
That's my
stage.
favorite move. Is he'll have his one foot on the wall and the other one holding himself up, so I'll put my foot on the back of his knee
actually helping you sing.
I'm going to start pushing now.
So all of a sudden,
Twice then.
so all of a sudden I'm kneeling playing the wah, which I don't know if you guys have tried. It's not fucking easy to do. They have no leverage. I don't know what to do. Right?
That was a good time.
Yeah, that's all we want to do is have fun.
I have a hard time playing guitar when somebody's not trying to knock me down.
I'm right there with you. It's just become a custom now.
Yeah, well, it's good.
And nowadays I actually aim for your headstock with my head in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Uh-huh.
You probably ripped my forehead open once more.
Probably.
And we were playing fucking stands. And you've seen, my stage for it has never changed. I'm always whirling around like a crazy person. Well, I just went head first right into the headstock's face, gashed my forehead wide open. I'm bleeding all over. Had no idea either until after the show with like the set was that I do this. Rad. Like, oh wow, I really hit my head good.
That's nice.
No clue.
It's like, oh, I wonder why everybody up front just moved back 10 feet.
It's fun trying to clean blood out of the finger back too. That's good.
Or my pillow the next morning because I forgot. By the time I got home, I'd forgotten that I had done it. So I wake up the next morning, my pillow's blood. Yeah, I'm all sticky. It couldn't have been those 3 or 4 pitchers of beer.
Yo,
That
not
was
at all.
right.
At
No.
that point, it does.
Yeah.
In our industry.
Yes. See?
Do you guys have any questions for them? We're interviewing you.
Apparently.
Oh, yeah, we turned this around.
Right.
No.
You tell us.
All right.
I don't think anybody watching this video cares about us.
We're in
They care more about you guys and how you feel.
We're in the hands of true professionals.
We are.
I did not expect that.
I mean, and we said we had a plan.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask Christopher something about his past music
Right. I mean,
endeavors.
one thing we always do like to chat up about is where you guys come from musically, past bands, influences. I mean, run us the gamut. Tell us a little bit about everything.
So, if you want to start with me, a lot of my past influences, I say I grew up on the Beatles. I got into the whole, early 90s rock and roll. And then from there, I kind of drifted off, started getting into hip hop, and then I got into different electronics, experimental electronic music, and heavier stuff. And recently, it's just, I don't know, it's been all over the place. As you get older, it's hard to really find music that you kind of stick to, I guess.
Right.
I'd say, because when you're younger, it's like you hear something, and it seems so fresh, but as you get older, you kind of lose it.
Right.
Spark, and it's like your interests start narrowing more and more. So I try to stay as open as possible, and I don't like country, but it's that's one genre. Because I don't like it, maybe I should start listening to it a little bit more.
If you can improve that genre.
Yeah,
Because
there
it
you
needs
go.
a lot of help
That's
right
been
now.
the main theme through influences. I don't like country.
Yeah.
Well, not
Then we always
new
bring it
country.
back around
Because there's some great old country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it just got,
Anything post 2003 is just
yeah.
It's top of the twang at that
Yeah,
point.
pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same
Garbage.
four,
And
same
then
4 or 5 chords. It's like, oh,
Up with the twang until 2005, and then it's just rap with cowboy hats.
yeah. And occasionally a sample banjo.
There you go.
But if
You
the doctors
know what
like
the
country
problem
music-
with that is? People are buying it. People
Yeah.
love it
Mm-hmm.
because they're stupid. And look at these people at these country music things. My God. I can't even speak as freely as I'd like to about it. But I'm telling you, they attract a lot of people.
They do.
And sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
So do Catholic rock shows.
Yeah. Well, who's the dummies? I mean, we're like, oh, this is what we think is cool. Nobody else does.
No.
So, you know what? In my
Pretty
opinion,
soon, we'll be playing Doc Rock, and you guys can go ahead and, you'll be the pioneers of a genre.
That's right.
I love it.
I mean, we've seen the birth of pirate rock, and
We have.
Doc Rock is right up there as next big thing.
I want a concert in an OR at a hospital.
I bet you can make that happen.
Plenty of power in them. Never short of power playing in a hospital.
good ventilation, too.
Yeah, good ventilation.
Right.
You always have thick walls, thick floors.
They come out with a staph infection, which never be short of power.
That's
No.
right.
Right.
I mean, he's wearing gloves. True.
They're,
Hands went up.
they don't have to go up. They don't have to.
Like, that's right, yes, gloves.
Gloves. Hey, hands again.
Oh,
So that was Christopher. Justin. I'm learning too.
Right.
This is I'm getting to know my band.
Yeah. We still don't know each
It's
other.
not my band, it's their band. I'm in it.
And now for some fucking commercials.
Well, hey there. Do you like knobs to twist? Do you like buttons? I know I like buttons. Come on down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium, where we have more than just used guitars. We've also got these things.
What the hell is that?
Well, this here is what's known as a mix-mabobber. It's got some sliders, that's fancy, knobs, lots of knobs, even some buttons. You can push them. They do things. Now, this model right here, it's got at least, I don't know, Dan, what would you say right there? That's about like 500 knobs, I think.
I think it's got about 500, isn't it, dude?
Easily. Plus, there's doodads on the back.
Holy
You
doodah.
can plug shit into that.
Wow.
So, this right here, I'm willing to say that we'd be willing to let this go to you guys out there in the guitar and music world for, I don't know. I think that $700 is a fair price for this, and that's a steal. You don't even want to know what we had to pay for this. Really, you don't want to know. Come on down to Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. We've got more than just guitars.
Saturday, May 19th, 2018, All WNY presents Archer's Inherent Vice. This of Night and Light, all up in the attic at Mr. Good Bar. 8 p.m. start time, $5 in advance, $7 at day of show. Ages 21 and up with ID. Tickets available through the bands or allwnydeals.com. Saturday, May 19th at Mr. Good Bar.
Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. Handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week. You're listening to the Nick and Dan Show on All WNY News and Radio. Check out allwnyradio.com for more. All right, enough of that happy horse shit. Back to the boys.
But you don't have your clipboard. Do you want to take notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you read me the first question there?
Yes. It says, is she hot? Yes or no?
That's the only question you need to know.
You check yes.
We didn't see it. We were still.
It's still in the air.
Yeah, like the colors.
Yeah. Speaking of colors, that's
That's a
my
segue,
musical.
I think.
Yeah, it's a segue. That's my musical cast. A few different bands, but the more successful of the few actually was with Pat, Colors in the Air. I was lead guitar, and we did a few things in that band. You know, we traveled around a little bit. We released 4 albums, 3 of which were full length, 1 EP.
Damn.
Went to New York, appeared on a national sitcom. Was it a sitcom or
Yeah.
was it
USA Network, so Cable
Canes?
Okay.
That worked on. That was really cool.
Yeah, it worked on for 2 seasons.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Not just the
that was the workhorse in Colors, and it took us a few places that was a once-in-a-lifetime type of deal with a lot of cool experiences. alternative rock was what we were considered to be. But we also, obviously, we had a pop appeal because we were trying to, obviously make it big time.
Right.
We gave it a fair shot, but, certain chemistries fell apart after, I think we were together about, almost a decade?
Yeah, just short of 10 years. It was like 8, 9 years.
10 years. Yeah.
So it was like a marriage, if you will. You know how bands work.
Longest relationship I've ever been in.
Yeah, same here. But it was really cool, and a lot of really cool experiences with music that we sure all have to do.
Yeah. Yep. Interesting ride.
Yeah. It is an interesting. It goes by quick. You enjoy it when you have it, and appreciate the moment on stage. Appreciate making the music, and forget about down the road all the time. You get obsessed with making it, or what's the end result. The fruit is the labor itself, in my opinion. Not to be all philosophical here, but
I agree.
Just enjoying the crowd, seeing how they feel, how you respond to each other. That's the magic point in my mind.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah. You figure like making it would be the end product. It's everything that works into that.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Being on stage, seeing people, writing it too.
I think a lot of bands talk about their best moments being before they made it.
Yeah.
Playing in smaller clubs and what they, started out as. And you get bigger and it kind of gets diluted, I think. You have to deal with a lot more stuff that's not so fun, business and all that.
Right.
Just to me, I always thought that, and I've always told Justin this, not to just toot his horn, I'm just a personal fan of his playing. He has his own style, his own sound, and when you hear Justin on a song, you know it's Justin.
Right.
Sprinkles?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sprinkles. He's the Sprinkles and the Twinkles.
Right. Melody, melodic tones over the top, underneath, give a little bit of character.
Yeah. But it's awesome.
We'll make the cake.
Minimal
Stick with sprinkles.
Now, serious question: are they chocolate or rainbow sprinkles?
Go back and forth.
Back and forth. Okay.
Back and forth.
All right.
Now, is that dependent on which guitar is in your hand at that moment?
Yeah.
You got the Gibson in your hand, it's chocolate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Charlie tends to be a little more, rainbow.
Yeah. All right.
It does.
I like it. I can see that.
Jim, what about you, man?
Well, I don't know. Does anybody care?
Well, it is Jim and the Trips.
Yeah. Well, if I have to.
Yeah.
Do you want me to speak later?
Jim, okay, my cousin Jim, he was in a band, local. He did pretty well, I'd say. I think he'd say that himself. They did some good, they put out some good music, some good albums, and then he ended up having some kids, and that's it.
Story over. That's it. Don't call it. Perfect.
Hold on. Wait, you're forgetting. He did play bass on 3 songs with Colors
I
in the
thought
Air.
it was 4.
We went and recorded three or four songs in Cleveland, so he played on 3 out of, and then Mike McGrader finished out that album, who was also a member of Floozy.
Yep.
Plays lead guitar in the band Floozy. So, yes, Mike McGrader is, also a great producer, and that dude's talent,
Now he lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Eden.
Garden of Eden.
Yep.
Mike, okay. I think that's where the apples are.
I like apples.
Grapes and apples.
I like apples and pie.
Where-
Nice on that pie.
What are your influences?
Colors in the air. Colors in the air, mainly. My influences, 60s. It came from the Beatles, obviously, to start with. And then listening to them, it kind of branched out with the bands that were going on at that time, the Doors and the Who and the Kinks and the Yardbirds, and then, then getting into like Sabbath and Zeppelin. And then it was at that point, once I started getting into that, I started just recognizing anything that was good and had a really good beat or like a driving guitar riff or something. I'm all about it. So I mean, I like music even if it's like opera or jazz or anything. If I can get into it, if it's like, yeah, these guys, this is awesome. You know, it doesn't matter what they're playing it on or what that genre is. I think there's a lot of really great music in a lot of different areas. So I don't like to just say that I'm just into one specific kind of music. It's anything that I'd like to try to think of a song that would kind of sum them up. But just anything that's really driving. Okay. You know, and that's where I came up with a good handful of, you know, the riffs that were bluesy. Like I can't think of something like that. It's just kind of raw, just pounding, and not so like typical. It's a little bit off color, so it had its somewhat pop appeal and sounding kind of familiar, but changing the chord or two so it would just not be normal.
Yeah.
But you could still put that energy. So yeah.
Well, I grew up with pretty much these guys. Justin I met early in high school, or late middle school, early high school. But my brother Chris had the pleasure of playing in 2 years of electronic music in downtown dance clubs with him. We threw a big, 95 weeks straight of a weekly party, and that was that was
I remember you promoting that too.
Great 2 years.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Great
Right.
2 years, and it was self-sustaining for those 2 years, and it was fun. So he grew up with us. We have the same musical influences. We listened to the same stuff. The Beatles. Jim's our cousin. Very tight family. Spent all the holidays together and stuff. So all the music is there. Then Justin, I got to play in Colors in the Air with for 8 years. We've already established that. Jim, I've got to grow up with playing music. My first rock show was with him at my talent show for like a recital for my drum lessons.
Oh.
And him and Marty Chabelle came as Floozy, and I got to play. And we played these, early Floozy songs. And I'm playing.
Don't worry, I have a video.
They
have a video.
We can cut away to it. Yeah,
we're gonna
cut to the video.
Yeah.
All right. So you see how small we are, how young we are, and
how nervous Marty and I are. Even though it's his recital, we're up there front, and I'm like,
that's pre-boner for me.
it was just a very stiff, awkward.
It's a medical term.
Yeah, it's
a very stiff room, stiff crowd. And I remember Marty and I, because we were probably, I'm going to guess, like 18. We drove my car there, and we had like beer, whiskey, and all this good stuff. So we're out in the parking lot getting hammered, and we walk in, and there's all these little kids around, and all the parents, and him and I are just so nervous to play. Yeah, you can tell by watching the video. Oh man, thanks for reminding me of that. Now I feel uncomfortable sitting here.
So I've got to do that. I've got to play in 3 different groups with all of these guys.
Yeah, he was a drummer for Floozy also.
Yep.
And
you guys were like Spinal Tap.
Yes. I was waiting for any time for one of them to just catch fire. I was waiting for it.
That would probably be me.
He's the little globule.
So, I like I said, I've got to play with music with all these guys. Also been honored to play with a bunch of other people. And I've always, like Justin said, I was the workhorse, so I was always going out and trying to create new connections, and I was the networking king, you know what I mean? It was just like, whoever I can go out and shamelessly self-promote to, I did. And I used Facebook as a tool while you were able to use it. MySpace for a tool. We had 1 million plays on MySpace as Colors in the Air. So that was a small little feat for us as an independent band. You know what I mean? But then I've also been able to play on a couple demo tracks for the newest Goo Goo Dolls album. They never made the album, but they were demoed, so that was cool. I got paid for that.
Right.
Went on tour twice with a band from Japan called Pinky Doodle Poodle. They're on Robbie Take-Tech's label with Shonen Knife and the Molies.
Okay.
So awesome Japanese garage punk band. Husband and wife, they just got divorced, but they still tour together. And they make the most energetic and probably the funnest three-piece I've ever played. You know, no offense to the video you just saw. Yes, because that was the second funnest. You know, between electronic music, punk, jazz, in school, classical, you know, big band music, the orchestral stuff. I mean, I've pretty much dabbled in anything I could.
I'd like to say something. Your drum teacher was Eric Starr.
Eric Starr, yeah. Nelson
And Nelson was my piano teacher, guitar teacher,
producer,
songwriting partner.
Nice.
And yeah, it was fun. That was pretty cool. So Eric and Nelson both helped our band and our development.
They were in a band called The Tales with Jeff Myers and Buck Myers.
Okay. You make your way around a little bit.
Oh yeah. And that was probably my first connection. That's when I started off young. You know, I was 7 or 8. You know, at that time, and that was probably my first, you know, connection. First famous musician I met. Who was the first famous musician you met? No. No? Chris? No?
Willie Nelson, dude.
You met Willie Nelson? Yeah? Willie Nelson, dude! Okay.
He's got us all, right?
Woo! I met Steven Tyler and Dave Grohl and John Fogerty all on one stage. It was fun. I did the lighting design for the Howard Stern birthday bash in New York City.
Oh, no shit.
So it was an A-list event, you know, and it was cool to get paid for that too. But also living in New York City, that's why Colors in the Air got on Royal Pains. I was out there working in television.
Right.
It's really hard to pay your way there. You know what I mean? So I was working 80, 90 hours a week. Eric Lukasik was filling in on drums for me while Colors in the Air was still together at that point. And, you know, all that adds up and really becomes heavy, you know.
Right.
And you just end up missing home because Buffalo's got the best food and it's honestly one of the best cities, you know. Living there, you know, it's you know, it's becoming gentrified, which we got to be careful about.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the city, this is the no bullshit, don't give a crap kind of city.
Right.
And once you turn it into the snooty, you know, judgmental kind of town that everywhere else is, that this isn't. I think we get a little bit of that Canadian morale that spills over here, you know. Yeah, sorry.
Now, for a few more commercials. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week. Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. Handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York. You're listening to the Nick and Dan Show on All WNY News and Radio. Check out allwnyradio.com for more.
Is the banana in your pocket losing its appeal? Not quite as firm and ripe as it once was? Afraid your lady's about to split? Will a capuchin monkey walk away in disgust? Is it about time to consider making nut bread with your mushy fruit? Fear not, it's Bob Paulmana's potassium supplement. Side effects include, but are not limited to, spots on your peel, pale yellow color, loss of erection, opening from the wrong end, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, no blood pressure, unwanted satanic friends, divorce, marriage, polygamous marriage, premature browning, attraction of fruit flies, spontaneous human combustion, feeling of spiritual enlightenment, and finally, overwhelming feeling of wanting to add yourself to your favorite breakfast cereal. Bob Paul's potassium supplement. Good for you.
Saturday, May 19th, 2018, All WNY presents Archer's Inherent Vice. This of Night and Light, all up in the attic at Mr. Good Bar. 8 p.m. start time, $5 in advance, $7 at day of show. Ages 21 and up with ID. Tickets available through the bands or allwnydeals.com. Saturday, May 19th at Mr. Good Bar.
Don't be afraid, we're back.
And so I lost a gallon of milk up this guy's ass. And you wouldn't believe it.
Holy shit, milk up some dude's ass? I don't even know what that was all about. We thought they were ready for you. But instead of that, we're going to teach you something.
Sasquatches, the missing link. Today, on the Nick and Dan Show, you're going to learn about Sasquatches, whether you want to or not. And I, Carl Winslow, the authority on all things, am the one that's going to fucking teach you. Now, for years and years, people have claimed to see Sasquatches, or Samsquatches, Yetis, Ape Man, I don't know, they call it a lot of fucking things. But they keep claiming that they've seen them. Now, each and every time that people claim to see them, the photos are fucking terrible. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. It looks like a great big black blob. What the fuck are you thinking that's gonna prove? But it really doesn't matter, because people still claim to see them. They claim that they're real, even though it's probably bullshit. Now, also, people like to do artwork about these things. They digitally render them, they draw them, they make fucking movies about them. You've seen Harry and the Hendersons, right? Now, whether or not all of this is complete bullshit, I guess is left to be seen. But I feel like if there was a Sasquatch out there, we probably would have found one by now. Now, I mean, look at the proof. What the fuck are you circling and zooming in on here? That looks like it could be a fucking log, or just a shadow from the fucking trees. And what the fuck is this one? Stop circling shit. That's nothing. There's nothing there. It's probably a fucking tree stump. You goddamn idiots. Oh my god, I'm getting a fucking headache. I'm gonna need a goddamn drink after this shit. I hope the fucking assholes didn't drink all my beer this time. Anyway, you can also see the Sasquatch popping up in pop culture. Some of you may be more familiar with him who weren't around in the 80s with the Jack Link's commercials, Messin' with Sasquatch, where people fuck with Sasquatch on a regular basis, but eventually he takes his revenge and gets his Jack Links. Now, I'm sure that most of you are wondering, if they're real, what do Sasquatches like to do? Well, they like to appear in fuzzy photos. They also appear to like walking through the forest. Not like there's a whole lot else for them to fucking do. And apparently they like to play the acoustic guitar around the campfire. Sounds like a pussy kind of thing for me, but whatever. Sing your fucking heart out, you goddamn fuzzy bastard. Now it's time to play a little game. This game is called Sasquatch or Not. Now, our first contestant. I know what you're thinking. It looks looks like a Sasquatch, but it is not. It's fucking Sam from Trailer Park Boys when he was wandering around the woods all homeless and shit, acting all fucked up because the boys cost him his goddamn veterinary practice. If you haven't seen Trailer Park Boys, check it out. Up next, it's fuzzy, it's evil, but it's not a fucking Sasquatch. It's actually Gary Oldman from the Dracula movie when he was part vampire, part werewolf. I don't know, it's been a while since I watched that one. Anyway, let's see what we got up next. Now this next one, I don't know, it could be a Sasquatch. I see the woods. Oh, nope, it's not a Sasquatch at all, son of a bitch. I think it's just a bear's ass. Now, if I were the person taking this photo, I would get the fuck out of there, because that doesn't look like it's too happy. Alright, now up next, let's see. Now, there's fur. I see moss. Ah, shit, nope. It's another bear. This one's standing up, taking a look at you and figuring if you're dinner or not. Alright, so we got another one here. Now, let's see, I see a furry brow. Kind of sloping. Ah, no, shit, it's the fucking Wolfman from the classic horror movies. God damn it, I thought we had a Sasquatch there for a moment. Alright, last one up. Now, I mean, this one looks promising, guys. I don't know, there's a lot. Oh, motherfucker, it's Chewie. Chewie from Star Wars. I love that fucking bastard. All that shit. Alright, so, in conclusion, I'm beginning to believe there's no such thing as the fucking Sasquatch. The people that are telling you that there is, they're fucking insane. And if it is out there, why the fuck haven't they found it yet? If they're supposedly professional Sasquatch hunters, and they've spent 20 years, why do they have nothing to show for it? That should tell you right there. But that's all I've got to tell you about Sasquatches.
Goddamn, bro, that was educational. Now back to the interview.
And then I ended up with 30 stray dogs at my door. So, that's a little bit about me.
And all that was pre-medical school?
All pre-med.
Okay,
Yep.
all pre-med.
No medical.
No medical.
I practiced on all 30.
That's right, WebMD.
It's all
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
WebMD and an Etch-a-Sketch.
Hey,
And look, he's doing fine.
Still walking.
You score good.
We got the magic.
But yeah, if you want to cut that short, there's 3 lines you can.
Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with that right there. Don't you worry. I'm gonna have fun with that. Oh, it's gonna be great. Fucking terrific. Oh shit. So the new project you guys have going, tell us a little bit
It's
about it.
fantastic.
It's
The best.
wonderful.
It's the best. It's the best thing that we've done
Ever.
All right.
together.
As one.
Why?
That's the only thing we've
It started off, I believe, and I'm going to clarify this now because I'm not sure. I dream things sometimes, and then it turns out I'm not correct. I think that I was having a conversation with Pat, and I said, why don't we get 4 of us together? And he said, yeah. Well, I've been so busy lately that I can't do anything. And he's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. We gotta go. And then he's saying, well, how about now? It's like, well, we got a floozy show coming up, or 2 of them actually. Why don't we wait until after that? Okay, why don't we wait until after this? So it kind of got pushed a little bit. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Like, it was a good idea, but the reality is, I don't think I can pull this off. Like, I just kind of got something going, and now I can't even maybe be a part of it because, my life's just not in that spot right now. Anyways, we figured out a time that we could get together, which is Monday evenings, and it actually is working out. It's fantastic. And the first thing that I wanted to do was get together and talk. Don't worry about playing and let's just talk and see what we want to do. Well, it didn't work that way. They started playing before I even showed up by 2 weeks, and they were sending me little sound clips and videos and stuff. I'm like, oh man, that's awesome! I gotta get over there, So I finally come over. We just start playing, and it's been going really well. And then it turns out that everything that I was hoping everything I wanted and better. Which I can't even believe it. Like, well, this is extremely ideal, and it makes it very possible for it to happen. You know, you get busy.
As a million children.
Yeah, I'm done doing that.
You know what caused that?
You know what? I got a procedure I can do on you that can take care of it.
No need.
Yeah, no WebMD needed for this.
Just a good sharp pair.
It's called 3 bricks, a piece of plywood, and an old bicycle.
I got a bicycle.
You jump off the ramp with the 3 bricks and it collapses, and then you smack your nuts and I don't know how many times I thought I was going to be childless at the age of 6. Oh, that hernium hit.
Oh. Every time my chain would pop, I'd be standing up, pushing down real hard, and there was that bolt that would hold the handlebars on. And my knee would slam right into that bolt. It's like I'd lay on the ground just holding my knees.
Random thought. Why does per diem sound like per diem? One's not so good. The other is really good. Per diem, you get it's money.
It's money just to live.
Money to live. Here's free money. Taxless money. Here's a per diem. And then your per diem's that spot between your butthole and your balls.
Also occasionally referred to as the gooch,
Or the taint.
sandbar, the taint, or the grundle.
Or the grundle.
Yeah, the grundle. Yeah.
I'm learning all sorts of
It goes by many, many names, all of which are official medical terms.
The medical term on WebMD is per diem.
I learned something today.
Not per diem. I learned that at work. I go, hey, where's my per diem? And I haven't got it for 2 weeks. And I go, I've been waiting in the mail for 2 weeks worth of per diem, and I haven't got it. And they go, sir, I think you're sorely mistaken.
Right.
And yes, I was.
Everyone's got it. I don't think you know the meaning of that word.
Put your head between the legs.
Oh, that's terrific.
So we start every practice with a good cup of coffee. Great cup of coffee.
Nice.
It's made with the best water. Probably better water than you guys.
So explain our coffee process.
No. Let's start with the water because that's where the coffee starts.
Water.
Yes.
So, the water. Part of my life, actually. I actually only use distilled water. So I have a distiller, and I filter out, with through distillation, you filter out everything, including the fluoride and the chlorine, which is why I got it.
Right.
And turns out it makes a great cup of coffee.
Very good.
And I also use AeroPress. I'm sure there's a lot of coffee nerds out there like myself. It's a cool little contraption, kind of like French press,
Right.
but it's a little different.
Made for camping.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a mix of a French press and a Thai coffee.
Cooler, yeah.
Right.
AeroPress.
So it's gravity fed
So we use
plus
that.
a press.
We use that. He brings over some fresh beans. We grind up the beans.
And a hand grinder.
Oh.
Also, he hand grinds the beans. Like, there's a lot of effort that goes into this cup of coffee.
1 cup at a time.
Half the practice is just coffee, I'm pretty sure.
He's got
That's
like
how it works for me.
Yeah.
a glass. What is that thing that you're heating the water in?
Oh, it's just a glass carafe, so there's no like.
Okay, so it's just a carafe. Glass
So like
carafe.
the metal doesn't leach into the water.
Right.
There's so many uses.
It's got the thermometer in there, so you get the water right at the right temperature.
We're pretty nerdy with our coffee.
Yeah.
We're dialing it. This is a Monday evening. This is when you should be like, ready to wind down. We're trying to wind down.
Well,
trying to
we've
wind
all
down.
stopped drinking, so it's
Nah,
the coffees are thin.
that's not us. Our practice usually starts with about like 3 or 4 beers and however many cigarettes we can all rip down before we get ready to play. And then usually I kind of believe like, all right, we'll finish the cigarette while playing.
Yeah.
We used to do that kind of. Well, Lucy did.
No, man. I think I might trade all that crap for coffee.
Very good coffee.
Do what you want.
Feel sharp.
I like my giant beer fridge.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice old fridge, but
And it looks good with beer in it.
If you're trying to do sweet, you're like,
I'll tell you what the coffee. I mean, I'm not sure how much time you guys have for practice, but we're really limited, and we can only get together once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do come here and we are together, we have to be as productive as possible.
Right.
We have to be firing on all cylinders. Everything's got to be as good as we can make it, because it's going to be another week at least, before we get together again. I mean, I'm getting sick. People get sick, or there's problems, or President's Day, big sale.
He works in retail.
That makes more sense. There we go.
He sells pro audio for a living.
Just so these guys know, I'm not sure if they heard or not, but I rushed over here on President's Day in the pouring rain, and I pull up to the house, and I call Pat, and I say, what's going on? And he's like, what's up? Yeah, it was, and he's like,
Jim, don't you remember you called off? You said, let's get together this weekend, so because we can't get together Monday? Is there a day this weekend?
I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. It was miserable driving. It was really forced to be here. I didn't want to bother you. I mean, you were expecting to have some coffee. Don't tell me that. I don't want to. Don't tell me.
Now he's going to show up at random.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. One coffee.
Come on. Sneak it. Come on.
But yeah, we really try to be productive in our time, because we are doing what we're doing because we love it so much.
Right.
I'm not sure how much we're going to play live. I'm very open-minded about that, but as far as getting together on a regular basis, writing music, recording it, I'm all about that. The recordings are going to last forever.
Right.
And, it's something that, I look back on old recordings and I'm not cringing. I'm usually very proud of what I did, and I'm thankful that I took the time to do it. So, with that, and knowing that we're all putting in equal parts, I think we're all feeling pretty good. It's not just like, well, we're working on his songs and we're all just kind of
I'm more of a producer than I'm not really a live musician or anything. For me, it's all about the recorded song.
Okay.
So that's my craft really comes down to perfecting what can be fit into a recording.
very efficient.
Getting the balance of drums with all the other elements, pulling in new elements in ways that you might not have been able to.
Like whips and parts.
Well,
It's true, though. It's true.
My main focus is this other project that I've been working on I've been writing for about 3 years, and for one song that me and him are actually working on together, me and Justin, I found that they had kazoo where you could put a humbucker pickup. So I took that, amped it up.
Oh, it sounds so
cool. Very cool.
What? We will show you post the interview.
And I ended up processing it and making it sound like, well, for the one song, it made it sound like kids screaming. And then another song, which recently I just had his daughter come on and say a little couple something. I made it sound like a saxophone. So that's my craft, is trying to take different sounds and try to give people a different perspective on things with and using synthesizers to develop hopefully something.
That's exactly what we need. I mean, we're more hands-on and creating stuff and just playing a jam and pounding, or I got this idea, or
I'm just a drummer.
Like that video you sent about Portlandia, where they're coming up with, and you're humming a song in your phone and you send it to somebody.
And then you send up something else. Got an idea for the song, guys. Goes. All right, that's good. See you.
Yeah, and I'm at work and I'm not supposed to be on my phone or something, and I see it. Oh, it's from Ken. I better check. Maybe it's something I gotta listen to. And it's like, it's like just, it's like that's basically what you're.
And like, your guitar part goes ding 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 ding.
And I'm waiting, and I'm like, all right, hurry up! I'm gonna lose my job over this, man. I better be like a killer song or something. Waiting for the good part. All right, well, that's all I got for now. It's like, no, come on, seriously. Then you got right back. Sweet.
You can see I got the message.
Sounds like a hit.
Just to encourage them.
Don't even need to re-record that. We'll just release it as is. We'll have Chris loop it.
I think you're onto something.
Hey, we got to throw some sample banjos over it. It's country head.
Right there you go.
Right there. You just wrote it. Boom.
And now for World News with that asshole, Dick Handy. Welcome to another week of World News with Dick Handy. Today we report on zombies rising across the planet. That's right, zombies are everywhere, and you might not even realize it. You can see them sitting in coffee shops, sitting on curbs, standing outside, hanging out in groups, all staring down at little itty-bitty screens. Nobody's talking to each other. In fact, Dick Handy would like to applaud Trent Reznor for his move recently with his upcoming 9 Inch Nails tour, where you actually have to get up off your ass, go to the box office, and purchase a ticket. In the article, it even says that you may have to interact with people. So again, from Dick Handy, beware of zombies, and don't become one yourself. And that's news from Dick Handy. Now for some more ads. You're listening to the Nick and Dan Show on All WNY News and Radio. Check out allwnyradio.com for more. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week.
Saturday, May 19, 2018, All WNY presents Archer's Inherent Vice. This of Night and Light, all up in the attic at Mr. Good Bar. 8 p.m. start time, $5 in advance, $7 at day of show. Ages 21 and up with ID. Tickets available through the bands or allwnydeals.com. Saturday, May 19th at Mr. Good Bar.
Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. Handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York.
Dan here again from Dan and Nick's Used Guitar Emporium. Today, I want to show you what we just got in. We got ourselves an acoustic guitar. Unlike your big box store that want to sell you B-acoustic and C-acoustic guitars, we specifically sort out acoustic guitars. We want to give you nothing but the best. This particular one's got 6 strings on it, so it's worth about $600. But because we like you and we want your business, we're going to give it to you on sale for $899. That's right, just $899 will get you this acoustic guitar.
Wait a second. No, that's right. Never mind.
That's right.
All right, motherfuckers, we're back.
So actually, going back to something you had said a little, you're not really sure about how much you guys are getting out and playing live. The actual topic that I keep hearing musicians talk about lately is moving away from the full-on live performance and more so gravitating towards the online performance. Having like GoPros and yourself all around the room and performing that way. Like Gus from Dirty Smile and
I can't remember what it is now.
At the Helm. And they were in Milk Run
We
too.
never have to leave this room.
But but they were talking, actually, I know they had just done something at the studio that we all record at. The whole band went in, they set up cameras, and they actually did a live broadcast online with a little kind of concert performance. The idea intrigues me. I mean, have you guys heard anything about this? Thoughts on the concept?
I've heard of it, and I believe that I thought about doing it a while ago. Probably when the idea first started coming around, which I had heard about it, I don't know, a couple of years ago. The last several years are blurred in me right now, but I do remember hearing about it, and I do remember thinking about it because it was getting very tiring doing what we were doing all the time. You know, trying to set up the gig and, you know, things we talked about before we started rolling the camera with
Right.
this. Everybody you have to deal with, and everybody gets paid before you do. You're doing all the work, basically, and it wears you down after 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. And you keep driving for that dream, and you're like, I'm not giving up. And it's like, you know, some nights you get a big crowd, and other nights not so many people, and then you're just always dealing with, oh, well, tonight would have been perfect, except for there's a free show down the road, and everybody's going to see this band.
Or it's snowing.
Or it's
tonight.
snowing.
Yeah.
Or it's rainy. Or it's sunny. So everybody wants to have their picnic.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's always a great reason to not have people at your show. And that was tough because we really did put a lot of effort into it. And you do that so many times and you see maybe, you know, your audience dwindling. This, even if you have hardcore fans and people that come out quite often, I was almost starting to feel bad because it's like, you know, here's the same people out watch this again. And they don't need to be burned out by us. Or, you know, it's almost better if you did do it online because people can stay home in the comfort of their house, listen to it if they have good speakers.
Not kill their ears.
Not kill their ears, not have to pay a lot of money for drinks, not have to
have
worry
to
about
stay
a
front
DWI,
open.
not have to, there's like all
No
these
openers.
benefits, and they can shut it off at any point that they want, or if it's possible, if they can record it somehow, I don't know if you can do
But
that.
then again, I feel like what Justin was saying is the fruits of the labor.
Right.
Right? You lose the whole fruits. It's like, where's that? I saw this episode of Black Mirror on Netflix, right? Where everything is in these cubes, video cubes. You have to cycle to generate power, to get credits, to eat, to do all this stuff, right? And everything's digitized, everything's video, right? And they live in these little cubes, and everything, even in the arenas and the games they play or the competitions they sing in this episode, it's their avatars there, right? So where's the enjoyment of those fruits, of that energy that you get, that raw energy off of the crowd of, you know, 100 people or so?
That too, we've even had in past conversations with other bands, even just the camaraderie of the people going to the shows. Right. You know, seeing some people that you haven't maybe seen in a while. If it's a Niagara Falls show, you got friends without a lockboard that don't usually cross the line. Just things like that, interacting with the band themselves.
You know, I can see doing something like, if you wanted to do a show and make something happen, I'm not saying this room exactly, but having it in a smaller venue that's very comfortable, that you can set the volume where you need it to be. But just something, maybe the trunk, something maybe smaller though, because you don't want to have to worry about having a large audience to make it feel right. So, I mean, if you had 50 people, and one of my favorite things was house parties, because it was just awesome. I loved house. That was like, that's why we did it. That's why my band existed in the first place, was house parties. And that felt so good, and it's like, we got to get out to the bars, because we thought it was going to be better. And like, it was good, but it was a lot more work. It was great having those house parties, because it just, there was so much more adventure there. You had these people wanted to go to a house party more than they want to go out to the bar.
Right.
You know, and it just feels good. When you ask your friend, you know, to go out to a bar, it's like, yeah, I'll go. But if you say, hey, there's this house party going on, they have killer parties there, there's going to be a band, yeah, let's go. Like, let's do it.
I mean, the thing with that too, it brings you back to your teenage years. You know?
Right. And
it's a little bit of a time machine.
So you have something like this, and then you send it over the web. So now you're videotaping it like you're talking about.
So
So
you're
you
getting
do
the best
have
of both worlds.
yeah, you have the audience,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody knows about it. It's all good, and you don't have to worry about much. And then you can broadcast it to whoever doesn't want to come to it.
Now, to contradict what I just totally said, too, right? On the other spectrum, there's always two sides to every story, right? So you lose that raw energy of the fruits of the labor. But on the same time, I feel like you're getting a behind-the-scenes, maybe raw viewing to the band or the artist that's working, right? Maybe something you wouldn't see on stage, or maybe only see on a special DVD or something, right?
Right.
So maybe that's just us getting old and hanging on to that nostalgia of those live shows, that camaraderie, that whole thing of what it feels like from our childhood. Kids these days, like my fiance's son, who watches guys play video games on YouTube, and these guys get 57 million views per video. Right? They make their living playing video games, right? Everything's going to be digital for these kids. Going to a show is not going to be the norm. It's going to be probably watching it online. So as far as going online, it's not normal for us, but it's going to be normal for them, and we have to suck it up and change, or we fade away with everybody else. Probably.
Right.
And that could happen. That's just the opposite end of things. Maybe you'll have people who want to stay and hold on to that, like your vinyl collectors.
Yeah.
Right? And stuff like that.
Now,
right?
to contradict what I just said, I remember being a kid and kind of being around beer tents and stuff like that, field days, and it's getting late and I need to go home because it's time for the adults to have fun. But the band would start, and you'd hear the kick drum, the bass, and it's like, oh man, you'd hear them playing songs, maybe they're doing classic rock songs. That's this song. I've heard this on the radio, but I'm hearing it live now, and it's not the same. It's not the same artist, but you're getting it. You can feel it. Right. There's a power in the air that you can't match with anything else, and I just think it's a shame that things are kind of forcing that out, and it is unfortunate. There's a lot of reasons why people don't go out and see bands, and a lot of why people just don't go out. It's too risky. You can't go out and have fun without getting punished or shot. Or it's just.
Yeah. I mean, it is risky going out.
It's expensive too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's pros and cons to each, and hopefully.
I think you kind of hit the head on the nail there when you brought up, having the house party, but streaming that as well, because that does walk the line on the best of both worlds.
Right.
You have your friends that want to come out and see live music, and then you have, like Pat was saying, the younger generation who's more used to an instant kind of thing.
And then you can, do that for a little bit, and if you do it on a semi-regular basis, maybe do it a couple of times a year, you see how your feedback is. There's a growing audience where it's like, okay, well, we do need to play in front of some more people. You can adjust accordingly, but you don't have to kill yourself in the process.
Right.
And like
But it's funny you guys say that though about like what we do, like the out playing live becoming a thing. You're actually the second people who have brought that, have said almost that exact thing. We were talking to Jamie Holka the other week, and he was even saying that it's a dying breed. You don't see kids come up and really sitting there and learning a guitar and putting the emotion and feeling into it and starting a band. You just see kids pull up on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to learn how to play this song really quick, just for that, because I want to learn how to play that song. That's it. I don't want to learn why the chord is structured that way. I don't want to learn about theory or how this works. I just want to see this one thing, and that's it. And guys in bars with guitar amps and everything is going to become a thing of the past. And it's kind of, he is right. You don't see it.
There's a balance to that too. It's I don't know what's right or wrong. I don't think there is right or wrong. But if you can figure out a way, like, okay, you're a kid, you want to learn how to play guitar. When I first started, it was really discouraging because it's tough. You don't know what you're doing, and it's also foreign, and it's like it's all a mystery, and it just seems like I'm never gonna. There's so much to learn; it's overwhelming. But if you can break it down in a fits and kind of get them, what kind of music do you like first? Okay, well, maybe this is how you play this. Learn some easy stuff. Now you're playing, now you're strumming, now you're getting your rhythm, now you're getting used to putting your fingers on the frets and tuning your guitar.
Right.
So it kind of gets you going a little bit where you don't get discouraged right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see some pros to it. A pro on the other side of doing things how they used to be done. A good friend of mine, bass player, he told me the way he learned was the hard way. He used to have to listen to a record and pick the needle up and try to drop it in the right spot so he could just, got to back it up a little bit, and he'd listen real hard. And I'm telling you, one of the best musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And I let him listen to a Rack and Tour CD I had. For the first time he was listening, and he picks up his bass and he starts playing along with it. He's never even heard the song. Now there's a totally different change that's coming up, and I'm like, well, this is going to kind of throw him for a loop. Maybe one or two beats, and that's what he's doing. And it's like, wow, man, I'll never reach that. I've never seen anybody do anything like that. And that's because his ear was so tuned in, and he could hear and kind of predict what was going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
It's very incredible. So, I can see it both ways.
For me, it was a cassette tape. Like, hang on, rewind this. Shit, overshot way out right now. I gotta listen to this whole half a verse. And here it comes.
Oh, I missed it. Nope, that ain't it.
Nope, not even close. Try that again. Rewind.
From my perspective, technology will always win.
It will.
It will always win. So you kind of have to keep up with and understand, if you look way back, early 1900s, there was no amps.
Right.
And then all of a sudden an amp came along, and everyone's like, half the people were like, what the hell is this? This is loud and obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden a busted speaker came along, added some harmonic distortion to it, and some people who were used to just the regular speaker were like, what the hell is this? So it's like there's always going to be that gradual process of whether someone stumbles upon something that, out of mistake or not of certain purpose and going to start something new, or you yourself are limited based off of your resources in trying to discover a new path.
Mm-hmm.
Deciding where you want to go because something's not working out for you a certain way. And, that's usually when something new is going to come out.
Right.
Is when you're so limited or you're just not feeling what else is out there and you're going to just try to, break it off into something else. So, that's a little bit more.
Very well.
Trying to figure out what's going to be next. But then you're also, there's always going to be the older ways of, you're going to have your VR, live, shows, and then you're going to have your real live shows where people go to. But that, you will find gradually that, like, maybe if the technology creates it so it can get out to more people, that's going to win over the part that, it makes it more difficult for people to receive, whatever you're creating. Any artwork or anything like that.
Okay. Right.
So it's
an interesting take on it. Mm-hmm. Now, Pat, you were saying as far as marketing, promoting, you're guys doing the legwork and everything. You brought up using things like MySpace and Facebook. In today's age, how do you like to approach putting music out there, marketing yourself, marketing whatever project you may be part of? Is there a certain approach you like to take with that?
Can I be honest with you now?
Yeah?
I don't.
No?
Oh, yeah, that's the answer I wanted to get.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. First of all, now that everybody who I was directly marketing to, and now that all my algorithms that I can't control are focused at, I don't have that online platform anymore because I'm not a branching out algorithm, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't. And ever since Facebook has started making it harder with limiting your invites or not selecting all invites, like I've done bots to select all or try to maximize or, do groups and find ways around and tag people and that, they've gotten around all of that.
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a reach unless you're paying.
Right.
And I am paying even for the internet TV show that we did a season of. Didn't really get us much.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're really throwing a lot of money in, and Facebook's becoming, I feel like it's becoming phased out too. I'm starting to not give a crap about it.
Yeah.
It's so politically driven, yet it's so anti-action.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody doing anything.
Right.
I've
It's
always
all
said
the
that too.
liking. I
Yeah.
like this, so
Yeah.
therefore I've done
Yeah.
something.
And I'm not saying that I'm guilty of that just as much as everybody
we all
else.
are.
But that's the reason why I'm getting away from
Mm-hmm.
it. And I feel less depressed. Usually have a seasonal depression around this time of year just because it's so cold and you're stuck inside. And
Yeah.
around here, it's just really hard to find something to do. And sometimes you're just outside working in the cold, so you don't want to be in the cold,
Mm-hmm.
when you're out. So you stay at home, And we only get together once a week. But, that's helped with that kind of thing, too. So,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't like Facebook
I would say,
Yeah,
it's I mean, I go on there. I don't post, but it's just Nicholas Steele's I'm totally kidding.
It used
No,
to
I
be.
fuck. No,
Swipe.
I see a lot of the same things that I don't care about. You have people that are way to the left and way to the right. You have all this news that I don't really care about because I know that people are so far one way or not that everybody is, but a lot of the things I see are there. It's like, come on.
Listen, I mean, to be honest, if I wasn't in the band with these guys, I didn't have a Facebook before they brought me into the band because I was on the platform where the whole social media thing caused you to think less and react more. There was less thinking about it. It was just an instantaneous, I don't agree with you in this.
Right.
You didn't actually get the full story or think behind it.
And you don't always think clear
Exactly.
while you're first thinking about it, too.
Exactly.
And that goes with any argument you have, any heated conversation you have.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of says that. It's like, holy crap, you go back an hour later, it's like, I'm sorry, not everybody will have the audacity to even apologize to you. Some people will go years without apologizing about something stupid that they did.
Exactly.
But you got,
And then even go into the likes on a page, it's nothing more than just kind of like a handshake and a hi. There's really no meaning behind it.
Oh,
it's just like, hey, I'm here still in your life a little bit.
Exactly.
I don't see it, but and that's all I use it for. It's all like I need to reach out to this person and I don't got their phone number and there's still a contact here. This is what it's good for. It's a phone number.
Right.
I see it as I actually do appreciate when I see that you're pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't ever really make it, but it's good to know what's going on. So I do look at it for things like that, or Pat's out having a wonderful dinner tonight while I'm stuck inside, miserable. He's like, look at this food that I'm eating.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Pat, that looks amazing. Oh, dude, you should have had it. It was so good. It's like, yeah, I didn't have anything very good tonight for dinner.
Threw out half of it just because I was so full.
It's very Boyer, so it's like whatever you're lacking in your life, you're trying to make it up by.
Maybe some people. I mean, I use it.
Well, even if you're not intending to do that,
Well, that's why I always post pictures of really big dogs. Wait, what? That's my other page.
I like when I see a video of something that I think might be interesting, and then
We get to share it.
oh yeah, we
That's
share a
what
lot
I
of
like.
videos.
We
So
share
there are
videos
good
in our
things to
personal, and that's it.
And then I'll go through and I'll watch the videos that are kind of attached, because once you click on the video, the next video comes up, and I'll swipe through those, and I do watch things that I would never look up, or I wouldn't care to, but if I'm waiting at the dentist office or somewhere where you gotta sit and there's nothing to do, and it's just kind of like that, so I'll look at that and I'll go through some stuff. That's about all.
It's like a
I
video
just
sort of radical.
It's a curated form, so it's just people are picking certain little things out.
Justin's been off it for years. How have you felt? How have you felt?
Way better.
That's the distilled water.
Yeah.
It's less metal in the water.
Well, it's doing a huge injustice, in my opinion, to society because once you know, like you're in a waiting room, nobody knows how to view it themselves anymore.
Right.
We just tune out, and we just look on the screen, and we look at what people are eating and what how
And
people's
it's
relationships
totally
are, political
meaningless.
opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty. I did it at work today. There's
Crap.
me and a handful of coworkers took a little break. All sat down in chairs. I sit down and everybody's looking at their phone. I'm just kind of looking around and I'm like, I get my phone out and I start looking through it and I'm just thinking to myself, this is all garbage. I don't care about any of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm paying for this.
Yeah.
I'm paying to use my phone to get this signal to give me this garbage that I can't. I'll flip through here from, break's over.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly.
I yell at people where I'm like, hey, Buttercup, we're up here, come talk.
Yeah.
We'll sit, and you always got that long ass, which is right there. Hey, fuckface, over here, come talk to us. Get out of your fucking phone and come socialize for a couple of minutes.
I personally think what Jack White is doing on his tour coming up, he's playing our park, and he's making everybody basically. Right.
Yeah.
We really know him really well, but he's getting rid of the phones for live performance because everybody's just looking at the show through their phone.
I know.
Or if they're not doing that,
You got that
they're not even
problem,
paying
too?
attention to the show.
Well,
So he said no more.
it drives me up a fucking wall. Like when I'm in the crowd and I just see people record.
Yeah, they're not living in the moment.
No, they're not.
They're not here.
Right.
And if you're a fan of Jack White and you're at his show, you know that's how he feels. You love his music because obviously you paid good money to see the show.
Right.
And
But you
he's
might as
saying,
well just watch it.
and he's saying,
Yeah.
please put your phone down and enjoy the efforts that I'm putting forth here. If you want to see me live, go on YouTube and watch a video that was actually recorded well. And
Yeah.
the sound is good because you're recording it and you're going to listen to this distorted garbage picture, terrible video. It's like, for what?
Right.
For what?
For the memory.
To
of being
lose.
You actually lost the memory.
there. Yeah, exactly.
You never had the memory.
No, it drives up a fucking wall. Like my wife, kudos her, I forget, I want to say we were at Cedar one time. And there was this girl just standing right in front of her with her phone up like this, just staring up at the screen the whole time.
And is she going to watch? I mean,
Well, and she was in everybody's way out, blocking the view behind her. My wife tapped her and says, hey, we're trying to see, can you put your phone down? No, I'm recording this right now. She reached up, grabbed it, and just threw it right across the room. I'm like, yes, yes.
Bravo.
I looked, I'm like, you get a shot of whiskey for that. Come on, Redskin, follow me.
Yeah.
ooh, I want a shot of whiskey. Not here.
But it does. It drives me a fucking wall. Again, you're not experiencing that moment. You're just looking for these little tidbits later on the show. See, I was there. I got to experience this. No, you didn't experience it. No.
If I knew we were going to have this conversation, I would have had us all have our phones and just seem very disinterested in this whole interview thing and be like,
That's the beauty of post-production, man. You don't grab it.
Yes.
I'm texting somebody that's not going to respond to me. They don't really like me.
Oh, they saw the message.
Sorry, $23 at Dave & Buster's, guys. 20 when you buy 20. Awesome. Hey, Toys R Us is going on sale.
Yeah, that is a pet peeve of mine. I hate that shit. Like, it's one of the worst things I've come across in the live environment in a long while was just people not experiencing anymore. I mean, I teach for a living, and I actually discourage students from taking a lot of notes, because I tell them, if you're so focused on just trying to record all this down, you're not taking anything in, you're not absorbing the information in the moment, you're not, learning. So I tell them, like, listen, just put your fucking pen and paper down.
What do you teach?
I teach people how not to be assholes in collections.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a trainer. They gave me good fucking money. They came to me and said, Nick, we're going to pay you money to be the center of attention in the room to a captive audience. Like, I don't even fucking care.
Hey, do we have to put up flyers, or will they just be there?
No, there isn't going to be there. I don't know. Like, listen, I don't care. What the fuck? Where do I stop?
Hey, you guys want to come to my show?
I do that too. I'm that shameless asshole. Like, hey guys, just in case anybody's wondering, like this Friday night,
That's awesome.
who wants an extra credit?
There's another Portlandian skit,
Yeah.
right? It's like, they're at the bank and the DJ's like, yeah, DJ Bankroll or whatever. And he's like, hey, you want to come to my show, my DJ show? And everybody's got a DJ show now.
Yeah.
And they hit.
I've been watching this.
That new Fred Armisen comedy for drummers is really good too.
Okay.
Goes through the history of drumming, all the pet peeves of drummers, all that stuff. All the inner workings of how like inside jokes works in bands. So he goes, it works on stage, but it never works for the crowd. You know?
I'll have to look that up.
But,
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I started watching it.
All right.
I've been watching it a little section, but it's cool. Like one part he gets on this old drum kit, like something like one of the 20s and 30s. And he's not only playing it, but he's playing it in that style. He's doing it very well. So he plays that, and then he goes, okay, well now this is what they got in the 40s, so things change. He goes through he goes through the evolution level, not only playing the kit and having the sound of it, but the actual style. And he does. He's very good. Almost.
I met Fred Armisen at the Howard Stern Birthday Bash too. He was one of the comedians. Big list there. I got to talk to Jewel. She was in this beautiful silver like sequence dress. Oh my God! For her age, was she gorgeous?
So, did you find out who will save your soul, or is that
She
still
will.
in you?
She will.
All right.
I think I had long hair at the time, and at that point, I look a lot like David Spade. This is a true story. True story. So I'm working the show, and
I've never heard.
and this is so we have to do 2 rehearsals, full dress rehearsals, the day before, the day of, and then we go live for 4 hours. So everybody trains the house band. They're doing all this other stuff. We got like Black Keys, Rob Zombie, everybody's there, right? Mm-hmm. So then everybody starts coming in for the actual show after our morning rehearsal. And the red carpet's in. Everybody's outside. It's the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City.
Okay.
So they all come in, and I'm walking through from downstairs, grabbing my meal because I've been there for like 72 hours straight. And walking right by, and Jewel just stops me and starts talking to me. And I'm like, I got like a Pepsi and one of those like hot dog things with the red and white stripes on it. And I'm like, yeah. And we end up having like a 5 to 10 minute conversation, or at least it felt like 5 to 10 minutes. But we start talking. I don't remember what about, but we're there talking, and I'm just staring at her, and all of a sudden they go away, and then I go down up in the balcony where I'm shooting. I was running a couple spotlights for the show, and look down, and she's at the same table with David Spade. So I'm wondering if she thought I was David Spade.
Oh man, later she's like, I thought I was talking to you.
So, Dr. Jim, to answer the question, you can check the yes box in the Was She Hot?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
You saw it. You saw it behind.
Yeah.
That's a big yes.
That's a big yes.
Big yes. Check.
Silver sparkly yes.
Well, I think that concludes the interview.
We have our answer.
Boom.
It's over.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, we have a new track. Let's talk about the track.
Right.
Oh man. How would you describe it?
One
word.
I would say mysterious. Yet.
That's 2 words.
Mysterious yet. Yep.
You got 2. So he's got mine and his. What would you say?
I would call it slack rocker.
It's hyphenated. It's
Yeah,
It counts.
All right, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's such a slack rocker that it's actually one word.
Right.
You just slurred them together.
I kind of like how we're building on the other person. It's kind of like the you finish the story kind of thing.
Yes.
Ask. Yes, Slack Rocker. Ask.
There you go.
I think that works.
Mysterious yet slack rocker-esque.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. That's perfect. We came up with it.
Right, boom, right there, done. AKA Doc Rock.
There you go.
And it's right now the working title's Takes One to Know One.
I think it's just takes one.
Takes One.
Or what did you write on the? It's like a.
Takes one.
No, it's a Spanish.
Acas Te Uno.
Oh, it was-
It takes one backwards.
It was.
Oh yeah. So it was Spanish.
Como uno a uno.
Yeah, there was a Spanish verse.
There was.
And we actually,
There's
at
no-
one point, we had a French section.
I mean, we.
There was a lot of and it was,
Oh, Michelle's my bell.
Yeah.
yeah, it did, because we were trying to figure out how to do the song. We had this-
Francois was in there.
Oh yeah, Francois.
I forgot about.
I did forget.
It was
Yeah.
one. You know how like as a band you don't have the lyrics, you have the melody, you have the idea,
Yep.
but you're just saying whatever words maybe sound good in those syllables that you're trying to fit in. Francois was that word.
That's him.
Yeah.
I've done that live on stage a few times. We haven't had, like when you're trying to piece together a set and you realize, oh, fuck, we're about like 10 minutes short.
Right down
All
the
right.
street, as a matter of fact, it happened.
Oh yeah, the Niagara up the road.
Oh, nice.
We didn't realize they didn't allow covers there, and we kind of structured our set where we had a few covers, like where our guitarists
Was there a
sing.
cover chart?
Zilch for a cover
Because
chart.
if they're charging a cover charge, you're not playing covers.
Right, yeah, no covers, no cover charge there. But they didn't allow covers to be
You
played.
had an original charge.
Awesome.
Originally, we charged $5. Not a cover.
So we're looking and we're like, fuck. Because normally we have a couple of cover songs where our guitarist sings, so that way it gives me a little bit of a break. But we found out no covers 2 days before the show. So like, all right, so we gotta cut out 2 or 3 songs, and how are we gonna fill in an hour set with everything we got? We had like one song where the music was more or less done enough where we could hammer through it on stage and feel good about it. But no lyrics except for the chorus. Verses completely not even existing. I just knew a melody. It's all just noises and random words that just kind of fit in. It sounded good at that time.
Hey, you know what? A lot of times that's all anybody hears anyways.
Yeah.
Because I've been where I've heard bands and it's like, I know what he's saying because I know the song.
Yes.
But if I didn't know the song, it would be very hard to grab each word and
Like a scapegoat.
Yep.
It was actually just like that at the Manson concert at the Rapids when I went to go see it. Same thing, he was dropping a lot of verses and wrong words kind of here and there. It was actually very disappointing to
Yeah.
witness. But that and the fact that the band apparently forgot how to play Lunchbox, which was my favorite Manson song. But who knows?
You are very salty about that whole
Dude,
show.
I paid $45 for that show. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too, actually. If I
I
paid,
would be too.
yeah, if I paid money in channel.
And the fact that most people
$10, $40. If I paid money, and I mean, the key to going out and playing live, know your fucking songs.
Yeah.
You could stand there like a robot and not be engaging, but know your fucking music at the very least before you go out. That's another
the
pet
fact
peeve
that I
of mine.
paid $45 to go see Manson, a person who I've never seen before, wanted to because 2017, 2016 took a lot of great music legends out, so he was in my backyard, why not go see him? And the fact that half the crowd forgot what personal hygiene was also a big factor in a sold-out Rapids show.
So let's come back around to that whole like not performing out live anymore, just sitting in the room with
There we go.
cameras.
We made up our mind.
Yeah, that's it. All online.
No, I think
that
it worked well.
Well, and getting back to the sound of the song, the style that we're working with, I didn't think of it this way originally, but it does have a country feel to it. Interesting. It does. Go back to the beginning of the video.
Right.
Slide it back. What did he say? I can't stand country music. And new country music is the worst.
Yep.
Fast forward.
It's got a little bit of new country.
You know, it's like a new country. We're very proud of it.
We put a new spin on it.
Yeah, right. This whole not to contradict what I just said, but that's gonna be the theme of this whole fucking thing.
You listen to it, and you be the judge.
Right.
Because originally, it wasn't meant to sound like that, but
It took its own form.
well, you know, when
As
you got
most things do.
when you got a real nice, clean sounding Telecaster, it can grab that country sound. You get a little twang happening there, and it was definitely not intentional, but it's cool. Well, I think we're all pretty proud of it.
I do like my Telecasters
Mm-hmm.
and my SGs, as I've seen several of them. And then I'm like, oh, look at all the pretties. Hi.
Well, that was fun. Now let's have a few more commercials.
Is the banana in your pocket losing its appeal? Not quite as firm and ripe as it once was? Afraid your lady's about to split? Will a capuchin monkey walk away in disgust? Is it about time to consider making nut bread with your mushy fruit? Fear not, it's Bob Paulman's potassium supplement. Side effects include but are not limited to spots on your peel, pale yellow color, loss of erection, opening from the wrong end, low blood pressure, high blood pressure, no blood pressure, unwanted satanic friends, divorce, marriage, polygamous marriage, premature browning, attraction of fruit flies, spontaneous human combustion, feeling of spiritual enlightenment, and finally overwhelming feeling of wanting to add yourself to your favorite breakfast cereal. Bob Paul's potassium supplement. Good for you.
You're listening to the Nick and Dan Show on All WNY News and Radio. Check out allwnyradio.com for more.
Saturday, May 19th, 2018, All WNY presents Archer's Inherent Vice. This of Night and Light, all up in the attic at Mr. Good Bar. 8 p.m. start time, $5 in advance, $7 at day of show. Ages 21 and up with ID. Tickets available through the bands or allwnydeals.com. Saturday, May 19th at Mr. Good Bar.
Are you looking for your next amplifier? Are you trying to redefine your sound? Do you need that piece of equipment to complement your amazing guitar playing? Well, look no further. Bison Electronics has what you need. Look up Bison Electronics online. Handmade from the ground up in Buffalo, New York. If you want to have more of the Nick and Dan Show weekly, be sure to check them out on YouTube at XM Priory, EXHAMPRIORY, Tuesdays every week. Now, while the guys don't have music ready yet, let us give you a little taste of some of their previous projects. Up first, Jim's old band, Floozy, with I Think You're Pretty.
Take a chance to be happy. Are you feeling sad? A price to pay one day with no money in hand. But you say you love me, and that's just fine. Maybe next time we'll be alright. Whoa, I think you're pretty. You look so damn good. You're
was floozy. Now, for the rest of the boys, their old band, Colors in the Air, with Hell If I Know. least, in case you're looking for something to do this Saturday, stop down and catch our next band, Inherent Vice, at Mr. Goodbar, Saturday, May 19th.
Oh, we started? Oh, okay. Well, let's go. This is called End of Me. Guys, everybody.
From the Nick and Dan Show for this week. Be sure to tune in on the YouTube channel at XM Priory for Tuesday Antics, plus the full extended version every Thursday on allwnyradio.com.